What if I told you that a humble yellow flower powering your morning omelet also fuels a multi-billion-dollar industry stretching from the Canadian prairies to kitchens worldwide? Meet canola oil, the golden standard for health-conscious cooks, sustainable biofuel advocates, and precision farmers alike. Every year, over 20 million hectares across Canada, Europe, and Australia are planted with this miraculous crop, yielding more than 27 million metric tons of canola seed. But how did it become the world's second largest vegetable oil, behind only palm oil? And why do agronomists and food scientists consider it a miracle of modern agriculture and technology? I'm from AGRI 360X channel, where we uncover how technology, tradition, and innovation converge in global farming. Hit like, share your thoughts in the comments, and subscribe to AGRI 360X for more insider journeys. New videos drop Monday to Friday at 7 a.m. and 7 p.m., with weekend specials at noon. Canola's story begins not in the kitchen, but in the lab. In the 1970s, Canadian scientists at the University of Manitoba undertook a genetic makeover of rapeseed, an ancient crop once prized for industrial grease, but shunned for its bitter erucic acid and glucosinolates. Through traditional crossbreeding, they eliminated these harmful compounds, creating a low erucic, low glucosinolate, Canadian oil low acid, or canola. By 1978, the first commercial canola varieties hit the ground. Today, canola oil contains less than 2% saturated fat, more omega-3 and omega-6 fatty acids than olive oil, and an ideal smoke point of 204 degrees C, making it a kitchen staple. Compare that to 1990, global rapeseed production was just 12 million tons. By 2022, canola seed production soared to 27 million tons, with Canada alone growing 10 million tons, nearly 40% of the world's total. If canola were a country, it would rival entire economies. Canada grows more canola than any other nation, over 20 million hectares in Saskatchewan, Alberta, and Manitoba. In 2023, Canadian farmers produced 10.5 million metric tons of canola seed, contributing $25 billion to the national economy. Outside Winnipeg, canola elevators, silos, rise like grain cathedrals, each holding 50,000 tons or more. Every autumn, combines hum day and night, harvesting an average yield of 2.5 tons per hectare, up from 1.6 TAT in the 1980s. But scale alone isn't the secret. It's the precision. Farmers use GPS-guided tractors to plant canola rows within 2 centimeter accuracy, drones to scout for pests, and soil sensors to apply fertilizer exactly where needed, reducing waste and boosting yields by 15–20%. While Canada leads, other nations have embraced canola's promise. In the European Union, France and Germany together plant 4 million hectares, yielding 9 million tons in 2022. Australia, with its Mediterranean climate, harvested 3.2 million tons on 2.1 million hectares, with yields up to 2.8 TATA. China and India follow closely, growing canola, rapeseed, as both an oil crop and rotational cover for rice and wheat. On the other hand, Ukraine, once Europe's rapeseed powerhouse, saw production drop from 5 million tons in 2019 to 3 million tons in 2022 due to conflict. Compare that to 2023, where Ukraine rebounded to 4 million tons, illustrating resilience under pressure. Global trade shows 8 million tons of canola oil shipped annually, from Canada to China, from Australia to Europe. This network connects farmers, processors, and consumers across 6 continents. When combines deliver seed to elevators, the real magic begins at the crush plants. In Winnipeg, Edmonton, and Vancouver, state-of-the-art facilities use continuous extraction, flaking, cooking, pressing, and solvent extraction to separate oil from meal. Breakthroughs in equipment have increased extraction efficiency from 85% in the 1990s to over 98% today. The leftover canola meal, rich in protein, 38%, feeds livestock, making canola a pillar of both oil and animal feed industries. Advanced plants incorporate waste heat recovery to pre-dry meal and power boilers, cutting greenhouse gas emissions by up to 30% per ton of oil produced. Some innovators now use supercritical CO2 extraction, a cleaner, chemical-free method, though it's still niche due to higher costs. Not all canola oils are created equal. Refined canola oil, chemically purified and deodorized, dominates supermarket shelves. Its neutral flavor and high smoke point, 204 degrees C, make it ideal for frying and baking. But cold-pressed virgin canola oil, produced under 40 degrees C, retains subtle notes of fresh canola seed, grassy, nutty, and slightly peppery. Cold-pressed oil yields are lower, 30 to 35% versus 45 to 50% in solvent extraction, and cost up to 50% more. Nutritionists praise its antioxidants, phytosterols, tocopherols, and omega-3 ALA, giving it a heart-healthy profile comparable to extra virgin olive oil. In France, cold-pressed canola, huile de colza vierge, commands $12 per liter, whereas refined canola in North America sells for $3 per liter. In the prairies, canola oil isn't just fuel, it's identity. Saskatchewan farmers celebrate Canola Day every June with festivals, 5K runs, and oil-drizzled beignets. In France's Alsace region, canola oil rivals sunflower oil in traditional dishes like tarte flambée and colza-glazed vegetables. Meanwhile in Japan, chefs use cold-pressed canola oil to finish sashimi, valuing its subtle aroma. Canola's neutral flavor makes it a favorite in Mexican tortilla production, where tortillas make up 70% of daily caloric intake. In Ethiopia, canola meal is stored as emergency livestock feed, safeguarding herds during drought. Canola's culinary versatility and cultural integration, from prairie pancakes to French terrines, underscore how a single seed can connect communities across hemispheres. Is canola oil really as healthy as they say? Research shows it provides a balance of omega-6 to omega-3 fatty acids close to 2.1, ideal for reducing inflammation. Clinical studies indicate canola oil can lower LDL cholesterol by up to 15% when used as the primary dietary fat. Compare that to soybean oil, omega ratio A7:1, or olive oil, high monounsaturated fat but less omega-3. However, critics point to the high proportion of oleic acid in modern canola varieties, 60%, questioning whether genetic modification, Roundup Ready or biotech hybrids, impacts long-term health. Most canola planted in North America is GMO, whereas the EU and Australia often grow non-GMO varieties. Despite debates, major health organizations, including the American Heart Association, endorse canola oil as a heart-healthy option. Its low saturated fat, 7%, makes it one of the most recommended oils worldwide. Script, 160 words. Canola's rise hasn't been without controversy. Large monocultures can deplete soil nutrients, requiring synthetic fertilizers, criticized for nitrous oxide emissions. In Alberta, heavy canola planting has raised concerns about water usage. Canola uses 500 milliliters of water per season, compared to wheat's 400 milliliters. Yet, precision irrigation and cover cropping help mitigate loss. On the social side, family farms are pressured by rising land prices. Corporate consolidation means sizable growers can afford the newest GPS sprayers and drones, while smaller operators struggle. However, organizations like SAS Canola invest in research, offering grants for sustainable practices, cover crops, reduced tillage, and integrated pest management, reducing greenhouse gas emissions by up to 25% per hectare. In Europe, some NGOs push for labeling non-GMO canola, while in China, canola oil imports support smallholders when domestic production lags. Balancing economic gains with environmental stewardship remains the central challenge for canola's future. From lab to field, from prairies to dinner plates, canola oil exemplifies the power of innovation and adaptation. It's a tale of genetics reshaped, of farmers adopting high-tech tools, and of global trade connecting hearts and kitchens. Yet, its journey raises deeper questions. As we chase higher yields, how do we maintain soil health? When we refine oil at breakneck speed, do we lose nutritional integrity? And amid corporate giants and family farms, how can we ensure a level playing field? Here's the question we'll leave you with. If you could redesign the future of canola, prioritizing health, environment, or economy, which would you choose, and why? Thank you for watching AGRI 360X, your go-to channel for uncovering the stories where farming meets technology. If you've been surprised or inspired, hit like, share your answer in the comments, and subscribe for more deep dives. We publish Monday to Friday at 7 a.m. and 7 p.m., with weekend specials at noon. Stay curious, stay golden, and see you in the next episode.